balance test. This is a series of tests. There's 14 components. Each component is rated between 0 and 4. 4 is the ability to perform the task, and a 0 would be the inability to perform the task. The maximum amount of points that you can get on this test is 56. Anything below 40 indicates a fall risk. So males and females are graded on the same scale, and 55 is the normal. So the reason why we would choose this test today is we're assessing a variety of static balance assessments as compared to the tug, which would just be dynamic, or the functional gait assessment, which would require more materials, more time, and more resources. And then the mini best, which would be looking at static balance and APRs. So this test looks at a variety of static and dynamic aspects, and just gives us a good example of real functional examples in real life. So the first thing that I'll have you do is sit down in the chair, and what I want you to do is stand up without using your arms. Good. So I would rate her 4 there. And then the next thing that we're going to do is just stand in an unsupported position for 2 minutes. So I would time her for 2 minutes, and if she was able to do that without any issues, that would be a 4 as well. The next thing we're going to do is sit back down in the chair, but I don't want your back touching the rest here. So we're just sitting unsupported for 2 minutes here as well, and that would be a 4 if she was able to do that. Then the next thing that we're going to do is stand back up, and now we're looking at you sitting down. So I want you to sit back down in the chair. Good. And I would rate that a 4 there. And then the next thing we're going to do is have you stand up and transfer over to the chair next to you. Good. And then you can come on back, and I would rate her a 4 there. And then we're going to stand up and stand 10 seconds. So we're normal feet width apart, eyes are closed, and I would count for 10 seconds. And then you can open your eyes and bring your feet together. And then we're going to stand here for 1 minute. I would rate her a 4 there. And then what we are looking for now, you can turn, So what I want you to do is just reach your arm out in front of you. And I'm going to mark where you begin. And then I want you to reach forward, maintaining your balance, reach forward as far as you can. Okay, good. So you can relax. So she went from 14 to 1. So she got a total of 13 inches here. Anything below or above 10 is a score of a 4. And then the next thing I'll have you do, I'm just going to grab an object. So I put an object down on the floor, and I want you to safely reach down and pick up that object. Good. If she was able to do that, that would be a 4. And then the next thing we're going to do, I want you to turn around and look over your right shoulder. Good. And then turn around and look over your left. Good. And the ability to do that both ways is a 4. Then what I want you to do is do a complete 360 to your right side first. Good. And then the same thing back around the other way. Good. And I would rate her a 4 there. And then we'll come up to this stool, and what I want you to do is we're just going to do stool stepping. So your toes will touch the stool. And I would count for 20 seconds, and I'm looking for her to get 8 steps in that 20 seconds. At 4, she was able to get 8 in 20 seconds. And then what I want you to do is put one foot in front of the other. This is called a tandem stance. And I want you to hold this position for 30 seconds. If she was able to do that, that would be a 4. And then the last component of the test is standing on one leg. And we're looking for a minimum of 10-second hold there. So we've completed the Berg balance test. We again would look at the score to be above 55 for individuals, male and females, between the ages of 60 and 69, and we have assessed multiple components of static and dynamic balance.